Author Sandra Kindler from Byron Bay, New South Wales. Will you all welcome Sandra to the stage?
Hi everybody, my name is Sandra Kindler and I was born in Rotterdam in Holland, and my experience with animals were absolutely minimum. And when I was about 5, my kindergarten and I went to like a petting animal farm where we got introduced to the farm animals that we know of today. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And as I'm sitting on a hay bale, petting this gorgeous little chicken and watching its mother, her mother walking around with other chickens, this grey cloud came over me as I realized, or actually thought, is that chicken that I actually eat at night? Surely not, because my parents were kind, decent people, and they loved animals. They were very kind to our dog. But that night I did ask my parents, and I said, is this an animal that I'm eating? And they were like, yes, it is. And I'm like, how did it get on my plate? Does it just die? And then we take it and eat it? And they said, no, there's people that kill it and wrap it and sell it, put it in the shops, and we buy it and I cook it, and that's how you get your chicken. And I said, but I don't want to eat an animal that had to die for me to eat it. And they said, well, that's what we do. We are meat eaters, and we need to have meat in order to be healthy. But I wasn't convinced. I looked at my plate and I see the chicken's leg. That leg belonged to that chicken. And I thought about all the other meat that I've been eating. Bits of beef. What is that? Like a bit of a cow? And what about pork ribs? Oh my goodness, I realized that were the ribs of a pig. And I loved the pigs that I met that day. They were cute and funny, they had their own personality. I didn't want a pig to die just so I could eat its ribs. It was absurd to me. And I asked my parents if I could not have meat anymore. And they said no, that's just the way it is. Well, I was 5 years old and I didn't know how to disobey my parents. But every night I said to them, can I please not eat this dead animal on my plate? And every night it was no, you have to eat meat. Until I was about 10 years old, 5 years later, when my parents served spaghetti and meatballs, and once again I said, please, can I just leave the meatballs? And they said no. And I don't know what came over me, but I grabbed that meatball and I threw it. I did. And all 4 of us, including myself, all went, and I went, oh boy, I'm going to be the next dead meat being thrown in the hospital. But my father, because back then it was acceptable to beat your children. So my dad stood up. He had a big red head. I thought he was going to explode. He was so angry. And I stood up to receive my deserving punishment. But then it happened. My mother said, no, sit down. From now on, she doesn't have to eat animals anymore. And that moment, that big dark cloud that came over me 5 years ago was lifted. And I felt light and free and acknowledged. And I did get my beating, but I cleaned up the mess, and inside I felt triumph. And the best thing that came out of this is that my mother had to search for other foods to give me, and she came across nutrition. And there she found out that we actually don't need to eat animals in order to be healthy at all. And she actually became an expert at it. And I followed in the footsteps. For 25 years we researched health and nutrition. And I can assure you, if you're a parent that eats animals and have children, and your children don't want to eat animals anymore, I can assure you, you do not have to have them in order to be fit and healthy and grow up as a normal human being. So if anything I said tonight resonates with you, I'm going to be out in the hall, and please ask me any questions about nutrition or anything whatsoever. I do want to add that my mother became vegan, and so did my brother. And yes, even my father, he almost got vegan, he became a vegetarian. story for tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank